Keep the show moving along. This is the final report of the day. This is for the U.S. We're going to begin, as always, with vaccine rollout data, followed by the daily COVID-19 analysis. Uh, Before we get started, America, if you are watching this video on YouTube, I'd appreciate if you would, of course, click on the like button next to the video. Let's start with our vaccine data here. Okay, so the U.S. has administered 526.8 million doses. Of those doses, uh, 248.7 million have received the first treatment, the first shot, and 207.3 million have been fully vaccinated. So this gives the U.S. a first shot vaccination rate of 74.9% and a full vaccination rate of 62.2%. So those are pretty good numbers. Okay, those are pretty good numbers. Now let's take a look at the regular data. And again, there's a subtle reminder. This is we're using a 365-day rolling window, which means we're only looking at the most recent 365 days worth of data. Okay, so what you can see, America in the last 365 days, America's had 41.7 million cases, 448,115 deaths, and for the previous 365 days, you can see that like the other countries we look at, 2022 is not starting off very well. We're already over 10 million cases, even though we're only 2 weeks into the year. Now, of course, we need to remind ourselves of what Washington University Health Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation says, and that is the single best measure of the spread of a pandemic is daily deaths, not cases and not hospital beds. We don't want to panic over cases, all right? But there's the point. We are, you know, before this month is over, uh, the first quarter 2022 is going to have the most cases of any quarter of any of the quarters since January 2020, 2021. Okay, you can see here this big spike in COVID-19 cases. Of course, is this Omicron? It's a Delta, or is it just the life cycle of the main virus itself? Is Nonetheless, you can see December was not good, and January is already the most months so far. As the most months so far, January already 2 weeks in has the most number of cases of any month during the last 12 months. Okay. And again, you can see weekly cases, big spike up here. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a new downward trend. Hopefully, this is the end of the Omicron. The numbers will tell, as you say, to tell the tape. Uh, what about the daily cases in America? We can see daily cases have dropped back down to 258,478 for January the 16th. We still have an average of 640,888 cases per day. Now let's take a look at deaths. Now, you can see we already got some deaths showing up here, and we're only 2 weeks in. Okay. The good news is that at least there's a very good chance that January. Well, this is a quarter in it. Well, I would say there's a pretty good chance that COVID-19 deaths for the first quarter of 2021 will probably catch the second quarter of last year. Okay, 2021's numbers. Monthly deaths, you can see we're only 2 weeks in, and we almost caught this line right here, which is what 300,000 cases here or deaths here for the month. Monthly or weekly cases, the weekly cases numbers are not looking great either, unfortunately. Let's see if we can find some solace in maybe the latest numbers here. Well, you can see here that on January 16th, we had 548 deaths. January 16th, we were averaging for the previous 14 days 1,526 deaths. Now, the question is, for every 100,000 people in the U.S., how many people have COVID-19? Well, the answer is about 200 right now. Okay? But if you look at that number per capita, Well, this is 10, this is 100, this is thousands. So right now, for every, so right now we have about a per capita rate of like 2,000 cases. You know, or 0.2%. Okay. What about deaths? Well, deaths are constant. This is one half of a person. Right now, for every 100,000, sorry, I need to go. But hey, thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate you taking your time out from the day. Okay. So anyway, on average, right now, for every 100,000 people in the U.S., one half of a person is dying from COVID-19. Okay. And actually, per capita, this is what it has. And now I don't really know what this number is. I kind of lose track after the third position. But you know what? It's not even close to being 1/10 of a person. Okay, it's not even close to being 1/10 of a person per 100,000 per capita is dying from COVID-19. Okay. So anyway, that does conclude the report today. So Mute Squitsy, I'm not sure how you say your username. But anyway, friend, are you still here? Okay, so this should wrap up the report for the U.S. for today. Okay, so that concludes the report for the state of Ohio for today, or the U.S. for today. I'll be back in a few moments with a few pages of Ernest Hemingway's book, The Old Man and the Sea.